Hello everyone, I'm Michelle Smith and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, then welcome. I'm so glad you found me. I have a Dollar Tree Christmas DIY for you today. In today's crafting adventure, I'm going to show you how I created this beautiful snowman wreath. I used one of the new Dollar Tree snowman wreath forms to create it. I also used my favorite snowball mesh. Let me show you how to make it. For today's craft, I'm going to show you how to use this beautiful new snowman wreath form that you can pick up from Dollar Tree. This is a really nice size and it's nice and sturdy. It is by Christmas House. And these are just starting to hit your stores now. You're also going to need about 9 rolls of this new deco mesh. This is my favorite new deco mesh. They just call it ribbon. They also call it decorative mesh. This is like tulle, but it has sprayed on fake snow. And I love it because it's really good for cut methods because it does not fray. And I really like it using the ruffle method, which is what I'm going to use today. It also works really well with the curl method. And then you're also going to need 1 roll of black deco mesh for the hat. You're going to want to cut your mesh at 6 inches. This mesh, each of the rolls are 6 inches by 3 yards. So these are smaller than your regular Dollar Tree rolls, which are 6 inches by 5 yards. Okay, so go ahead and cut each piece at 6 inches. And then on your pipe cleaners, you can cut them in thirds. And you want white for the white mesh and black for the black mesh. With the white snow-covered mesh, we're going to be doing the ruffle method. And that's really easy. Just grab at one end, scrunch down the center till you get it together. It kind of looks like a little bow tie. Take your pipe cleaner, wrap that around, pull it to the back. I always like to pull it down so I can get it nice and tight. Pinch at the base and give a twist. That's what your little bundle is going to look like. I'll do it one more time. And that is how you make your bundles. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and make some bundles and I'll be right back. I have all my bundles made. Now we're going to start attaching them to the wreath form. And you want to wrap your pipe cleaners around both of those bars. We're going to start on the large ring first. Flip it over. Pull it to the back. Give it a nice little twist. Then I pull my pipe cleaners up straight. And then I push them down in between the 2 bars and pull them straight up. Now you are not going to see those from the front because they're much shorter. They're white. They're going to blend right in. This makes the back of your wreath look nice and clean. Slide that over and just continue. It'll take approximately 20 bundles, 20 to 25 bundles to do 1/4 of the wreath. To do the whole bottom wreath takes about 5 rolls of mesh. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get some more of these on. When I get the bottom ring done, I will come back and show you what it's looking like. Now I have my bottom ring completed and I think it looks absolutely fabulous with this snowball mesh. Perfect for making a snowman. Nice and full. It looks really pretty, but it still has that openness that you like with a wreath. Now it did take me 5 rolls to complete the bottom ring. So it'll take 3 to 4 to do the top and then 1 to do the hat. But before I finish the ring up here, I want to do the hat because I want to make sure that I get this done a specific way so it looks like a hat. So you're going to need some pipe cleaners. Again, I cut these into thirds. Black decorative mesh that you get from Dollar Tree. Now on the hat here, I'm going to do a different method. I'm going to do the poof method. I'm going to make my poofs nice and small. I want this to be a very smooth finish on the hat so it looks different from the body of the snowman. So scrunch your ends together, wrap your pipe cleaner around, get it nice and snug and secure. Now I'm going to start it here on the crossbar, and I'm going to start it from the top and just feed it around. I want it nice and secure so it's not going to slide around on this first one. Turn that over and give those pipe cleaners a good twist. And then I don't want those ends in the front, so I'm going to push them to the back and pull them back through the pipe cleaners and give those pipe cleaners another twist. This will make sure that those ends stay to the back of the wreath. And then push those ends forward. Again, you will not see them, and this helps keep the back of your wreath looking clean. You can see here with the white, look how nice and clean those pipe cleaners look by pushing the ends forward. Now you can trim off some excess here, but you still need to leave about 1 inch. You do not want that to pull through. Now that I have my mesh nice and secure, I'm going to need a ruler. I'm going to take your mesh, pull it out, and usually it'll come folded, which is fine. No problem. And then you want to measure, we're going to make these small. So let's see. 4 inches. So you want to measure at 4 inches and pinch. Grab your pipe cleaner, wrap it around, pull it to the back, and give it a twist to secure it. And then you're going to secure it right next to where you started. Wrap those pipe cleaners to the back. Give it a good twist. Push your pipe cleaners forward. Okay, so I started right here on the crossbar, and then I just put my first loop right there. I'll put the next one next to it, and then the third one I'll go right on the crossbar. And then the next one I'm going to do a large loop so it comes out on the side to look like this part of the brim of the hat. Okay. It's a nice big wreath form. Okay, so let's measure again. 4 inches. You start measuring where you attached it, pull it out to 4 inches, pinch. Pipe cleaner. Okay, so I have 3 loops here. And now my next loop I'm going to make larger because I want it to come out this way like it's the brim of the hat. So for that one I'm going to measure it 6 inches, pinch, add the pipe cleaner, and then I'm going to attach that right where I attached my last one. So you kind of want to pull that one out. And I'm going to do one more. Pull it out to the same length. 6 inches. Right. Now I'm going to move and attach it here to this bar on the hat. And because I don't want it to slide up, I'm also going to attach it to the bottom bar there. Going to move those over and get in there. Okay, so to recap, I've done 2 loops here that I've pulled out on the end as the brim of the hat at 6 inches. I've done 3 loops here from where I attached it at 4 inches. So now I'm going to head back in this direction, and when I do the main part of the hat, all my loops are going to be at 4 inches. When I get back to this corner, which is the other side of the brim of the hat, I will do 2 loops at 6 inches, just like I did on this side. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and finish my hat. Now I have my roll of black deco mesh on, and I have my hat done. Now I have not gone in and fluffed or done anything like that. I've just kind of pulled my loops so that it looks like a hat. Now 2 loops on either side here were measured at 6 inches. Everything else was measured at 4. When you attach it here on the back, you have a straight line across here, which is the brim of the hat. You want to make sure you're attaching it there. You want to leave this ring on the bottom open so that you can attach the white deco mesh here, because you're going to want to see snow coming from underneath the hat. And then just go back and forth. Once you get both ends and the brim here done, then just go back and forth, hit each bar as you add your 4-inch loop. I went back and forth, I think 3 times in between the bottom and the top here, and then I just hit each crossbar. There's 2 bars here at the top, so you just hit each crossbar and then you're done, and it comes out just perfect. And you use 1 roll of the black deco mesh. Okay, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to finish adding the rest of my snowball white deco mesh and finish the base, and then we'll come back and move forward. My base is all done. I'm really happy with the white. I love this snow-covered mesh. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. It looks wonderful on this wreath. Now I've had this hanging up on my door for a day so that I could look at it. I'm not real happy with the hat. It looks a little small, so I'm going to go back and beef that up. I'm going to extend the rim here a little bit further on either side, and then I'm going to add 1 more row of loops across the top here. The width here of this part of the hat I'm happy with, but I want it a little taller and I want the brim a little wider. So I'm going to take another roll of deco mesh and add 2 more loops on either side here and 1 more row across the top. And then I think the hat will look the correct size for my snowman. So I extended my rim and added another row across the top. I'm much happier with that. I think it suits my snowman much better. Now to recap, I used a total of 9 rolls of the snow-covered mesh and 2 rolls of the black deco mesh for the hat. You want to go through and just kind of fluff out. This deco mesh does tend to stick to itself, so you kind of got to go through and pull it apart, widen it out, make it look all nice and pretty. Okay, we're going to finish the hat now. On the hat here, I want to put a ribbon of this black and red buffalo check. I picked this up. This is 2 inches by 30 feet. I got this from Walmart about 2 years ago. So you just want to cut a piece that will fit as the little decoration around the top of the hat, kind of like that. And on your ribbon, you want to fold those ends over just a little bit. That way that will not fray. And then you just want to hot glue that to the back. Get one side down and then make sure your placement is correct before you glue the other side. I think my hat looks nice and cute, but it needs a little something else. I pulled out this stem. This is the new holly that Dollar Tree is carrying. I really like it. I think it's so pretty. And I did cut 2 little pieces, and I'm going to put this in the rim of the hat. And I want to put it right up here. I'm going to start with this one. You can adjust your leaves however you want. I just hit a little drop of hot glue there so that they would lay the way I want them. Okay, I'm just going to play with that for a little bit until I get it the way that I like it. Got my hat done. I think that looks really cute. I like the ribbon and my holly. Okay, go ahead and set this aside. We're going to work on our bow. For our bow, I'm going to be using these 2 ribbons. Now this is the same one that I used earlier on the hat that I picked up from Walmart. And this one I got from papermart.com. You can find any kind of holly ribbon pretty much anywhere. This was $5.45 and it's 2.5 inches by 10 yards. And I really like their ribbon. I think it is well made. So these are the 2 ribbons I'm going to be using in our bow today. And I'm going to be using the Deluxe Easy Bow Maker. I really like to use this because I have arthritis in my hands. And this allows me to do a really pretty bow. And it holds it for me so I don't have to. Okay, so this ribbon is 2 inches in diameter. The other one, this one is 2.5. I'm going to measure and cut 2 tails, one of each of the ribbons at 20 inches. I want 2 sets of tails on this. That's why I'm adding these first. Okay, so I have my 2 tails in, and now I'm going to start with the red and black buffalo check. This time I'm going to measure a tail at 8 inches and pinch and place that inside. And then I'm going to measure my loops at 5 inches, and I'm going to do 3 loops on each side. And this ribbon is the same on both sides, so I do not need to worry about twisting it unless you prefer that. Sometimes it makes it easier when you tie your bow. I have my 3 loops on each side, and now I'm going to measure my tail at 8 inches. Now we're going to move on to this ribbon. Again, I'm going to measure a tail at 8 inches. Now, because this ribbon is nice only on one side, once you come through the 2 large dowel rods, you need to twist so that the nice side of your ribbon is facing down. This ribbon, I'm going to measure my loops at 4 inches, and I'm going to be doing 2 loops on each side. Okay, once you have your 2 loops on either side, you don't need to twist when you come through. Just measure out your tail at 8 inches and trim. And now I'm going to go back to this ribbon. I want a center loop here that is of the buffalo check. And I'm just going to figure out how big I want my center loop here. And I have come over myself by about 1 inch, and then trim. You're also going to need 1 full-length black pipe cleaner. And I just clipped my little loop here so it'll hold it for me. I'm going to grab right along the center here and pull up. Take my little loop and I'm going to put it right on the top here. And I'm going to take my pipe cleaner and run it right through the center here and pull it to the back. You need to make sure you keep everything stacked properly. Make sure you get that nice and tight. Then you can pull down each of your tails. And I always hold mine right in the middle so I don't pull anything out or pull too tight as I'm trying to fluff my bow. Okay, so once you have all your tails down, now you have 3 loops. You want to open those all up like that. The next you have 2 loops. You open those up. Okay, and then open up all the loops and fluff out your bow. And that is what your bow should look like. I will do my final fluffing once I get it on, and I will also cut my tails once I get it on the wreath. Now these pipe cleaners aren't going to be long enough for me to get it onto my wreath, so I need to add an additional pipe cleaner. So I just lay it in the center, give it a twist, and then I take one of the short ones and I wrap it around one of the long ones. Just like that. So I'm going to place my bow right around his neck, and I want it just slightly off center. And then I want my ribbons kind of moving backwards to the opposite side like that. Okay. And all I'm going to do is feed my pipe cleaners through this mesh, see if I can get it wrapped around, and then tie it on. I got my bow on. I think it looks absolutely gorgeous. Now I did have one of the little carrots left over from Easter, so I went ahead and glued that in for his nose. I think it looks so cute. Now the final item to finish off my snowman, I'm going to be using 2 stems of these branches. Now the reason why I need 2 stems is because only the center stem here also has 2 additional branches coming off of it, and that's what I'm looking for. Now the wreath itself does have some wire arms here, but once you fill everything in, you really can't see them. So I'm going to take these and I'm going to hot glue them onto this arm, and then I'm going to use a zip tie to secure it further. Okay. So I've just opened it up so you can see all 3 pieces. I'm going to add some hot glue here and glue it to the little wired arm here. And I'm going to glue it to the main one in the middle. Now if you can open them up and attach the additional branches to the ones that are sticking out like this lower one, I can, then go ahead and glue that on too. Just make sure you get it nice and attached. And then I'm going to take a zip tie, and right near the base there, I'm going to zip tie it on as well to make sure it does not come off. Doesn't his arm look cute now? I'm going to go ahead and attach the other one, and then I'll come back and show you the finished product. And there you go. We are all done. I got his arms on. I think he looks absolutely adorable. It did take a little bit of patience to work with this frame, but I'm really happy. The hat is probably the hardest thing to work with, but I'm super happy with how it turned out, and I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up and show me some love in the comments. This really does help support my channel. It lets YouTube know that I have content that's worth watching, and then they show my videos to more people and my channel grows. Thanks so much for stopping by. You know, it's always a pleasure to see you. I hope everyone is staying happy, healthy, and strong. You have a great day, and I'll see you next time.